Hi everyone, welcome to WeTV. My name is Chris. It's great to see you today, and I'm so happy because we get to do another I Can Make video today. You know, we've made a lot of things together, right? We've had a lot of fun, and thanks to you, we're just going to keep on making. So, what are we going to make today? Well, today we're going to make an organizer. Now, there's lots of things that can be organizers. Like this. This organizes some gadgets. This organizes some household things, and so does this. An organizer just means that we make places for different things. And you notice that these places are different sizes. Yes? So, how are we going to make our organizer? Well, today our materials are going to be an empty mooncake box. You know, I thought that with Mooncake Festival, lots of you will have some mooncake boxes around the house, and maybe you don't have something to do with it. So instead of throwing the mooncake box away, we're going to turn it into an organizer. So we need a mooncake box, and we need some cardboard. That's all we need. It's going to be very simple. Okay? Good. Now what about tools? Glad you asked. We're going to need some scissors, or of course, you can use a utility knife, okay? If you use the utility knife, be very, very careful. Also be careful with the scissors, but utility knife is a little more dangerous. Maybe have your mom and dad help you out. All right, let's go through our steps. First, we want to measure the items that will go into our organizing box. So if we were going to put paintbrushes, we should measure the paintbrush to make sure that we know how big does that box have to be? Yes? If I'm going to put in a book, I should measure the book. But no, we're not going to put in books. Then we want to plan our compartments. How many compartments do you want? What will they hold? We should measure the box and create a scale drawing. So we're going to draw a picture and we're going to put numbers to show how big that box is. And then we're going to draw the picture for the compartments so that we know how big each of those will be. That way we have an idea before we start cutting things. It's important to measure. We're going to put our compartments into our scale drawing with measurements for each compartment. And then we're going to measure and cut our cardboard. And then last, we're going to cut slots into the cardboard. We'll cut one slot into one piece and one slot into another piece, turn them this way, and then lock them together. That way, we don't need glue or tape. We're just going to slot the cardboard together. It will hold very strong. And then we'll put our cardboard in the box. Sounds pretty easy, yes? Great. Let's build. All right, let's get started. So first we want to check the items that we want to put in the box. For example, you might want to put a pencil or maybe even a paintbrush or even some scissors. And it's good to see how will they sit in the box. What's the best way to put them? And I've decided that I want to put my objects like this in the box. So I want to make 3 compartments here, and then I'm going to make 3 compartments on this side. Okay? Now, how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to use cardboard, and the cardboard will go into the side of the box, both sides, and then there will be cardboard that will go this way, and then smaller pieces of cardboard this way. So now we need to measure things and think about how big should that cardboard be. Okay, let's measure our box. So first I want to measure the inside to see how tall my cardboard can be. And the inside of my box is around 4.5 centimeters, almost 5 centimeters tall. So I'm going to cut my cardboard to only 4 centimeters tall and make sure that it won't come out of the box. So let me write that down. 4 centimeters tall. And now I'll measure the length of my box, and we want to measure from inside to inside And it's right about 24 centimeters. So I'll write that down. 24 centimeters long. And now let's measure the width of the box. Again, measure the inside to the inside. And it is a little more than 19, looks like 19.2. 19.2, that's going to be a little bit of a pain. 19.2 centimeters wide. Okay. And I know that I'm going to make 3 compartments. So now that I have an idea of my box, let's draw a picture of the box. Okay, I'm going to do a scale drawing, which means my drawing should be the same size, only smaller than my actual box. Now, my box is about as big as my paper. I don't really want that. I need it smaller so I can draw. So I'm going to make my drawing half the size of the box, okay? So half of 24 is 12. So I'll draw a line 12 centimeters in length. And half of 19.2 is 9.6. So now we can go 9.6 this way. Okay, so I now have a box that represents my mooncake box. And I know that I want my compartments to be 3 this way and 3 this way. So, let's see, we've got 12, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So I think we can make each one about 2.5. So I'll make a mark here at 2.5, mark here at 5, mark at 7.5, and then the last mark at 10. Now this last side here will be a little smaller, and I think that's okay. Now I'll draw the lines all the way across. And then this side, I want to have my smaller compartments, so I'm going to divide that into 3 smaller boxes. You can make each of those a little bit more than 3. Okay, so this is about what I want my box to look like. Now I need to do some math and put the actual numbers. Okay, now an important thing I need also is to measure my cardboard. I need to know how thick this cardboard is because that's going to have an effect on what I can do here. So let's measure this cardboard. About 4 millimeters thick. So we need to take into account the cardboard too. All right, my drawing's a little ugly and I just tried to account for the 4 millimeters for each piece of cardboard and to get approximate measurements. You don't have to be perfect, but it's good to have an idea of what you're going to do. So now we're ready to cut our cardboard. My cardboard is 10 centimeters tall and I only wanted 4. So I'm going to mark it at 4 and mark it at 8, and I'll get 2 pieces out of this cardboard. And let's see, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 small ones. So there's 2. Okay, it looks like my cardboard is ready, and now I just need to see how much of the cardboard I need to trim to get it into the box. So I'm going to start with my outside pieces because I want a piece to run along the top and bottom to lock my other cardboard into. So we're going to cut this about here. It doesn't need to run the whole length of the box. It just needs to be inside because the last compartment doesn't need it. We'll cut the other one the same size. Okay, so one on this side and one on this side. And then these will need to cut down a little. All right, now I need to do some slots. And we know that the slots need to be 4 millimeters wide. So I start off by making a cut. And I should do this for each piece that I'm going to do. So we decided that I need to do these right about 4 millimeters, or 4 centimeters, that is, away from each other. So let's go ahead and measure these since we did it. Let's do it the right way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we do my next one. This is a battered marker. Really? Cut. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, I'm going to cut here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to cut here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then one more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I tried to make the slots as close to the edge as possible so that I lose as little space inside the box as I can. When it goes together, it will be like this. Now I just need to do this 1, 2, 3, 4 more times, and then the other small compartment. So far so good. Everything fits into the box. Our last one will have 2 slots for this side, so I'm going to do this one last. All right, and these should be 6 centimeters away. All right. So just now I put a small mark on this piece of cardboard. This is going to be my last slot, and so I want to know where should it be and where should I cut it. So I need 2 of these, and I want them to be the same. And now we put it in, slot 1, slot 2. There it is. I'm ready to put my stuff inside. Okay, as you can see, I've got some pens, some paintbrushes, some pencils, and even some batteries and some clips in here. I've been able to organize several things, and I'm going to go organize even more things as soon as I'm done here. So it's time to say goodbye. See you next time, everyone. Goodbye.